The man pulled out a tennis ball, put a lot of effort into the lock cylinder. There's a queue of car doors. He easily took care of it in an instant, and then take advantage of no one around. Hurry into the car, start looking around. Final. He locked his target on the most valuable central control computer. He skillfully took out two small dog-like hacksaws and inserted them into the upper part of the central control screen. Hands cool, eat like that, stay like that. The central control screen worth 1.5 billion yuan was easily taken by him. Immediately after, the man started searching for his next target in the car again. But who knows, I've been searching for it for a long time. Not even a single hair was found. But he's still not satisfied. So he started behaving recklessly in the car. I saw him pull open his pants waist. Swapping out my brother and facing the back seat is like a sharp stab. It's like telling the car owner, "Grandpa, come here and wait for the release." The man's mood has finally eased a lot. So he prepared to get off the car and take the road back to his hometown. But unexpectedly, no matter how hard he tries, always unable to open the door, the man suddenly lost his composure. Quickly reach out and pat the left door. But unexpectedly, whether it's the left or the back door, they were all firmly smashed. Now the man's whole wave is panicking. In haste, he quickly crawled to the back where he had just been corroded by urine, then grabbed the armrest on both sides and accumulate force. Kick your feet fiercely towards the windshield, just listening to the glass being kicked and making a muffled noise, but without any indifference. So he turned back into the driver's cab, crazy press of start button, attempting to start the car, but the car doesn't even buy it. Just when a man thinks he's about to hiccup, suddenly remembered something. Then he hurried to the back row, opening the dark grid. I found that there are indeed backup tools here. After some selection, finally, I chose a convenient tool, attempting to break the plastic panel on the car door. He firmly believes that, just remove the panel from the door, you can find the secret lock. Opening the car is fast. After some effort, the plastic panel of the car door was removed by him. Victory is just around the corner. He quickly reached his hand into the car door, prepared to activate the lock. But I didn't expect the secret lock to be equipped with a mechanism. I made a 40-meter deep cut on the man's hand. Although men are torn apart, but he still didn't start there, because at this moment, the temperature inside the car has reached over 50 degrees Celsius. Even if I'm not trapped, will also be suffocated by strong heat. Thinking of this man, I have to continue to pick up the iron rod, shining at the car door. It's like a thud. The car body, originally thought to be made of carbon fiber, is easily punctured, but I didn't expect the car owner to weld a layer of threaded steel inside. Let him use all his skills. I haven't even scratched a trace. The man who couldn't bear it anymore hit the chassis owner again. Unexpectedly, when Sailor thermoelectric, the man is completely speechless. The entire interior of the car was wrapped in ribbed forged steel plates. Last, the desperate man quickly opened his backpack, take out a crooked gun from inside, aligning the front windshield, and without hesitation after pulling the trigger, successfully bounced the bullet onto one's own lap. The man was instantly rescued from the torment of this pain, watching the wound being hit by a bullet continuously gushing blood. Scared, he quickly took off his shirt, wrap it around the wound. This is the only way to temporarily stop the blood. Under all kinds of helplessness, the man had to call his friend for help. But who would have thought I just called? The phone battery runs out of charge. Automatic shutdown. At this moment, he collapsed and angrily threw away his phone. Breathing suddenly became increasingly urgent. My heart is completely gone now. The main eye has lost hope. The man had to reinstall the central control computer screen he had just stolen. He wants to turn on the music. Send yourself the last leg, to die with dignity. The man dragged his injured leg to the back seat, prepared to bid farewell to oneself in the most beautiful posture. But at this point, a phone call suddenly came from the central control computer. After the man heard it, I thought I was saved. So I quickly crawled over to answer. Who knew that the other end of the phone was actually the owner of this car? But the car owner didn't plan to let the man leave. The man greedily licked up the dew on the glass with his tongue, but this little water can only make him feel even thirsty. The man at this time has been trapped in the car for 3 days, and the constantly rising high temperature inside the car has already caused him to become severely dehydrated. Just when there is no hope of survival, a woman suddenly walked up. It stinks up against the car window, looking at Hope, right in front of me. The man quickly reached out his hands to the woman for help. However, strangely enough, no matter how men shout, the women never showed any reaction. Seeing a woman about to leave, men are like crazy. I pressed hard, trying to attract women's attention. But who knows? This car has already been tampered with by the car. Not only can we not see anything happening inside outside, and the sound insulation is particularly good. Watching women walking further and further away, the man also fell completely into despair. Suddenly, the ringtone rings on the central computer in the car. After the man heard it, I thought I had hallucinations, but as he trembled and pressed the answer button, but there comes the voice of the car owner. Strangely enough, the car owner was not surprised by the man being trapped. On the contrary, was very considerate and helpful. The man turned on the air conditioning. The sudden happiness makes men instantly feel completely cold, heart soaring, But it wasn't long before the man realized something was wrong, because at this moment, the air conditioning inside the car is starting to uncontrollably and crazily reduce the temperature. As we approach 0 degrees, the man quickly turned on the air outlet of the air conditioner, attempting to rebound temperature. Unexpectedly, the air outlet had already been welded to death by the car owner, unable to close at all. Meanwhile, all the air vents inside the car also began to flush and continuously deliver cold air to the man. Following this trend, men will soon be blown into ice sculptures, sent to Arctic exhibition. Under helplessness, the man had to endure the pain, untie the short sleeves tied to the wound, and wear them on the body to keep warm. Then he picked up the floor mat again, covered the air conditioning in the front row. Then he took out the unused toilet paper from his pocket, and stuffed it into his head. Nevertheless, the man was still shivering with the strong cold air. However, just as he was about to hiccup, the car owner called again. After the man heard it, "I dare not make any more single ones. Hurry up and press the answer button." And without saying a word, it's just a kowtow and a confession. But who knows when the car owner hears it? Not only is there no softening of heart, instead, he is afraid that a man will die prematurely before he can play enough. So the kind-hearted car owner told me the news of water in the back row, although the man did not receive forgiveness from the car owner. But fortunately, the water source in the back row is enough for him to survive for a while. After eating and drinking enough, the sky gradually darkened. Watching the little couple pulling out radishes outside the window, the man's fingers also began to unconsciously move. I want to wait for myself to go out. Also feel the joy of a long absence. Unexpectedly, at this moment, I don't know how many times I pressed the car, it suddenly started up. Upon seeing a man, dare not make a single one again. Hurry to shift gears, firmly press the accelerator, hit the electric pole behind you. Although my eyes were stunned by the collision, but the man still managed to keep his spirits up. Kicked the windshield with one foot, then he dragged his heavy body out of the window, breathed the long-lost air, etc. After smoking, the man struggled to climb out of the car, stand up trembling and trembling, looking at the colorful staircase in front of me. The man thought to himself, having a career as a thief for so many years, how could you encounter such a wonderful thing?